Welcome to the Legend Talks podcast. I'm your man, Terry R. Please be sure to subscribe on Spotify and YouTube to Legend Talks podcast. Also, be sure to follow on social media, Legend Talks podcast. All right. So, a little excited today. Got a special guest. Been here in many capacities before, but now it's official. Before we do get started, I want to make sure I introduce you right. We have educator, musician, creative individual overall. What I came to understand, a philosopher. With many, yeah, great conversation, man. You want, if anything, it's been the conversations we had very intriguing. I mean, just a very intellectual individual and a genuine person. I want to welcome to the show the very own Chato McCormick. Clap it up for my friend Chato. How you doing, man? I just wanted to, before we do get started, thank you for coming around. I know that time is very precious, so I appreciate you coming past to do this episode. I just want to tap in with you before we do get started. How you been, man?
I'm good, man.
Yeah,
Good, making it work.
yeah.
You know how it be.
Yeah, I know how it be, man. It's living. You're on the right side of life.
There we go.
It's a blessed thing, man. So before or as we go, I did want to kind of delve into today's topic, and it's really broad, music, really. So it's kind of certain elements of music. We both fans of kind of similar music, and I could say we could probably talk music for hours, but I really want to just kind of key into some things. So I want to get into a bit of your background. Like, what is your particular relationship with music?
I've been in music for quite a minute now.
All right.
Just a background, obviously, did through high school, middle school. Uh, Graduated, went to college, Alabama State.
All right.
Got my bachelor's in, my BME in music education there. Marched in the band, had some fun there. Got my master's from the University of Alabama. Got that in performance. I started my doctorate, but didn't because I was called to have a job.
Well, yeah.
Like in the middle of my summer before I got my doctorate, and it was FAMU actually, and they called,
Okay.
they called and sheesh, if they needed somebody, so they called and
Like, I'll go ahead and take it.
I go ahead and take it.
Yeah.
No, I went and auditioned and boom, I got the gig.
All right. Nice.
Yeah, I've taught there for 3 years, then taught at Alabama State for about 2 years, and then I taught at Valdosta State, and then I started doing the public school thing. I did pretty much every level, elementary, high school, did some subbing, just get my hands out there.
And this is all with music.
All
Every
with
element.
music, all
with
music. At FAM, I was, low brass instructor, professor.
All right.
I also was the professor of low brass, the director of low brass for the March 100.
Okay.
Did that for, I think, 2 years.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, everything has been in music. I actually went to Full Sail for
Yeah, Full Sail.
I went to Full Sail for a minute.
If you're a music lover, you understand. If you're into music production, all that stuff, everybody know what Full Sail is.
Yeah.
All right now.
Yeah, I dibble and dabble and almost try to do everything, actually.
Yeah.
Music related, intellectual property, anything.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's you got to be a little, well versed in more than kind of one thing. So, and then plus the curiosity is kind of like if that's your mind nature, you don't find things that attract you. So, rightfully so, it makes sense. So that's your brief background. I know that you can probably go and expound upon that a little bit more, but I want to hold you on that. But I do want to kind of talk about your particular relationship with music. Do you have, I guess, this is a real kind of broad, but particular to you if you want it to be.
Yeah.
What does music do for you?
Oh, man. As I teach, music's the soundtrack of life.
Okay.
Like it does everything. Everybody got a happy song, everybody got a sad song, everybody got a get ready song, everybody got a go-to song, or better yet, the best music in the world is just step outside and listen to what happens. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I got a real personal relationship with music, all kinds of music, like from producing to teaching to writing, arranging, playing. Like I try like I love this thing, music, the physics of music. Like that's one of my
You said
like
the
the
physics?
physics of music
Physics of
was
music.
one
All
of the
right.
craziest classes in college, and it
And what was that about? You
no,
said
it was
physics.
just talking about megahertz and
Ah,
just how everything vibrates, and the moon vibrates at this pitch, the earth vibrates at this pitch, your organs vibrate at this pitch,
oh
no,
wow.
yeah, it's crazy. Like music is, like I said, well, I learned that music is literally life. Like everything that's living vibrates, and music is nothing but vibration. So
Ah, okay. So
so
I mean, you can see how it does. I guess it will affect
yeah.
everything, especially dealing with emotion, because you can hear.
Oh man,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? You
yeah.
hear a song or a note or a piece of a song, and it kind of takes you to a place immediately.
That's what it's
And
programmed to do. That's why it was illegal, like back in the medieval times. Like
mm-hmm.
it was like banned because the church banned it because it literally can control you. Like, cause you have a
Ah,
sad song. Like if you put this song on, it's going to make you go to that sad place because it's structured to do that. Because like it has minor chords and few diminished, and the chord progressions that it uses makes you feel the way they want it to feel. Or you have a happy song, you put this song on and you ready to go every time. Why? Because it has a major, or they know the chord structure that they put in there. It makes you. It's controlling. Music is controlling, but that's why some people, some places call music the devil because it's controls you. It makes you do things that you weren't planning on doing.
ah.
Like it's literally controlling.
Well, I mean, yeah, we could see that music is, especially in our era of music. Yeah, it does have its influence, but I
But
mean, to have the background on it,
yeah,
that's yeah.
but no, but it's one of the greatest things in the world though. Like it's you can't really like who can say they can live without some kind of music.
You're absolutely correct. I mean, I talk to quite a few of my friends, and we all have music that we send back and forth all the time. Check this out, check this out, check this. But it's just kind of part of life. It's,
Yeah,
it's, it's just like watching any show, keeping up with the story. No more different than in chores. It's just a part of
yeah.
what you do.
It's a
So
soundtrack.
yeah, yeah. So there you go. Look, back to the soundtrack. Is that how you word this? Music is the
The
soundtrack.
soundtrack of life, man. Like whatever. Like you have a thought. Usually, in a song can usually take you back years or days or even minutes to something else. Like you can relate a lot of things to just a song. Moments, times, like real, like things are usually
It makes
dealing
sense.
dealing with some kind of song. Like you can literally, I know you have it. Like you just riding down the street and this song just comes on and it just literally
You know,
take you
yeah,
all the way
you know
back to
exactly where you
yeah,
were when that
exactly
song
where
was
you
playing.
can taste what you were eating.
Yeah.
Like it'll take you there. Like it's like a timestamp.
Oh man. I mean, it really is. When you put it
Yeah.
that way, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what. Yeah, I think it's perfectly put. It is the soundtrack because, yeah, I think every time I hear even an older song, you just attach it to a moment in your life. It's not like, oh, it's the song.
Yep. No.
Like you were a part of that song. You envision yourself, or you like remember, like you were saying, remember exactly where you were and place yourself in that moment. Yeah. So
Yeah.
nah, that's that is cool. Nah, music is wonderful. So yeah.
Music is amazing, man. Like, but just be careful of the music you listen to because it can play a part to certain things. It can because a weak mind can be controlled anyway.
Okay.
So be careful.
All right. It's kind of that's kind of where we're headed in just a moment. So I want that's a little Easter egg or whatever, however you put that. But yeah. I mean, music does have its control over. Like it is very influential. That's how how you.
Yeah, controlling sounds so harsh. Like, yeah, it is. I would say controlling sounds like
That's a
dictatorship.
nicer way of
Right.
putting it.
Yeah, influential. Yeah, I
influential.
influential is better. But yeah,
I mean, it's extremely, extremely
Yeah.
influential. I think that's a happy medium because it can be controlling. Like
Yeah.
it's it can control emotion.
Yeah.
It can control your what you're thinking.
yeah,
And like you said, if it can control the how you place yourself in a moment of time, like it does have a level of control or influence, however you want to
Like-
place that. So
right.
nah, you're absolutely right. So yeah, so that's what music I guess does for you. And my next part, and I think we just answered it, was how, and we did just answer it, how influential is music? And I guess it's extremely,
Extremely,
yeah, yeah.
extremely.
All right. But yeah, I mean, we've seen music kind of, there's some things that, just songs that can take, whether it's at the club or whether it's, riding in the car or, you just off doing housework, you're doing chores or whatever it is, lawn work, kind of brings you back to moments, you listen to some kind of, maybe like, oh, well, I know old school. So like now, our era where we grew up in the 90s, it was like, that's old school now. But I meant like older music that even than that takes you to, I mean, 80s music and 70s, kind of like cleaning up on Saturdays during the 90s, of course, cleaning up. But you to look back and it places you in, moments and times, and it does kind of get with so much that you have what they say cleaning music.
Yeah.
Like you just can't listen to some hardcore stuff and clean. Sometimes it has to be a certain, how you mentioned earlier, the vibration.
It has to be a certain
what I mean?
vibe.
Gotta be
like
cool.
people say that word, but I don't really know what it means. Like it's literally a vibe, like literally a vibration.
Yeah. You think that word's kind of over?
It's overused. Like people don't even know they don't even know what you're talking about when they talk about vibe. No, vibe is a literal vibration. Like that can, like I said, influence. I ain't gonna say control, but influence.
I mean, you go ahead and say control. It'd be real, man.
It can influence your mood or what are you doing because it's a literal vibe. Like you have go to club, it's a club vibe. Go to a brunch, it's a brunch vibe. Like music, still music, but it's a brunch vibe.
Yeah,
it's
beyond the feeling.
Yeah,
beyond just a feeling.
Beyond.
Okay,
it's literally a wavelength that everyone's pretty much on.
A perfect place to put a wavelength. Yeah, because that can kind of, it's not straight. It's kind of varies. So either you fall in or you don't. All right. Now this I wanted to talk, and I think that you would probably be, the only person that could and this is based off of the conversation we had earlier to talk about. Now this question is, it was. I don't know. You tell me what you think, because I think this question just popped up. So the question is, do you believe music is received universally, like around the world, like the same way different cultures or ages or areas in the world, do you think and they're listening to the exact same music? And we know that how the influence of music, like we just discussed, do you think it's received how you would receive the music and someone else receiving it? Do you think it's received the same way, or could be?
Art is subjective, period.
Okay.
Now, can a group of people have that same feeling? When you hear it, like no matter if you're in America, Spain, Japan, yes, it could be a group that feel that same way when they heard that piece of music. But there's also another group that hear the same piece of music that feel it a whole different way. It might still be in a good way, but like,
gotcha.
Like it's like I said, art's subjective. So most people they might like we like some of the same music, but we might like it for different reasons. Like I might like the chorus of this music, or you might like the verse, or I might like the second verse. And
we still,
visually
showing we appreciate it the same way visually, but here it's like,
yeah. So like I say, like it depends on how you looking at it. If you're looking from a broad perspective, or you're looking from a more condensed perspective, but can people still vibe the same way to music? Yes, all across the world, because it's been shown and proved many times.
Okay.
But at the same time, like I said, it's a whole, I'm a brain person, so inside your head, it can be a totally different, thinking a vibe, or just, I don't know, just.
All right. No, I mean, yeah. You know what? How would you describe, I guess, vibe? I know we said that word quite a few times, and you answered the other question perfectly, I would say. How would you describe vibe? Now you talk about it, because I think vibe is such an essential part of music, but it's, again, we say it's overused. Our opinion, our view. How, if you were to define vibe, just vibe, not vibration, but vibe, how would you, I guess, describe it? Because we say like, you're using it wrong. So how should we understand that? And it's kind of a little offset, but still,
I try. I try this.
Okay.
No, I'm Mr. Improv, but
all right. Well, come on.
I would just say just a feeling, like literally literal feeling, like unspoken, connection within a group
Okay.
or two or more. If I want to, be more, specific.
Mm-hmm.
But like, for example, like we listen to a piece of music for the first time together. It's like five of us.
Mm-hmm.
We press play, and usually, especially if you're on that same, thought process or in love of the same music, we're gonna catch that vibe from that
Mm-hmm.
music. Meaning that feeling of you can't even describe it. It's not even a word. It's just you feel it. Just like you can't describe to a white person about being black.
Yeah.
Like you just can't. It's just
Yeah.
it's a feeling.
Yeah. You know it. I mean, yeah, it is. Yeah. So I guess yeah, more of a feeling than anything. All right. Now
But
I was just curious to know because
no, I can't get deeper than that. Like far as the vibration between bodies, and if you look at it on the spectrum, or
Right.
you can see the vibration of the connection of everyone. Or you can go all scientific with it if you need to, but
Yeah.
on the
On a general level.
on the general level,
Yeah.
it's just the feeling.
Yeah, so I didn't have my notepad today, my research goggles. I did have my magnifying glass. Cable needs to take a closer look at something. Just haven't had that. But no, seriously, I just yeah, I was just curious because
Yeah.
a lot of times you hear different age groups or people using vibe, and everyone uses the word.
Yeah, it's overused, but but for the most part, most people kind of using the same in the right way. But I teach high school, and they just be saying it
Yeah.
just to say it sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you're killing my vibe, or essentially you're making me mad. So
Yeah.
I'm making you mad.
Yeah.
I'm not, killing the way you feel. So however you want to take that. But I thought that was a kind of a side question to ask, and I feel like you was probably the only person that would truly be able to expound upon that. So get into kind of our main or one of our main topics today. So I did a little research, and it's brief research. So if I need to do some you know additional research eventually after this, at least I can. So I got to this part. I want to refer to a case. I want to kind of give you background. It was about 1992, and it was Two Live Crew versus the 11th Circuit Court, Navarro, I
was in
believe.
eighth grade.
Yeah, 1992, eighth. Yeah, I was right behind you in the grade level right there. I was right, yeah, somewhere. So 92. All right, put yourself in the time. All right. It was so the case was. It was a claim that Two Lives Crew music, Uncle Luke and his partners then, was the 11th Circuit Court tried to claim that their music was obscene. So it was trying to pull that music off the shelves, not allowing it to be produced around or shared around at concerts. I think it affected their concerts too. And their album sales. Two Live Crew's view was that it was art, that it was part of the music, and essentially it was their First Amendment right. So they went to court for that, and that was in '92. It was initially ruled, I believe, a ruling in favor of the 11th Circuit Court. So that was saying that their music was obscene. However, I believe it was appealed, and then it eventually ruled in favor of Two Live Crew. And what that was, essentially, that was a mark in musical history that, really pressed and cemented freedom of speech in music. And that was something that could kind of pivot from that point on, from 92 on. It was always, free speech in music, but it wasn't necessarily pushed. The envelope wasn't pushed until I guess around this point, and it might have been before, but who knows. So to go in that case, and then they had to, and I wanted to discuss this part too. So in order for it to be deemed obscene, they had to go back to refer. It was like some guy in, I believe, 1972, and last name was Miller. And what the Two Lives Crew case pivoted off on, and what it was based on, was a ruling that was done in California, and it was Miller versus California, the state of California, and this guy Miller, I forget his first name now, but basically he kind of did some explicit and obscene work, but it was more within art and it had some political ties and mail outs that he would mail, but it was deemed then, or ruled then, that his music or that his art or whatever it was at the time was deemed obscene. In order for it to be pushed, for future rulings and future cases, it had to have a test, and there was a test created or a scale created to address future cases. So it was a Miller test, and I wanted to kind of point out some things. So it had to fit three criteria, and the criteria was I don't know if I have it now, but the criteria basically. Yeah, so it was a three-pronged test, and one, if it fit any of these points or prongs, whatever it was, then it would be deemed obscene. So it was the three-pronged test, and it was, quote, the three-pronged test focuses on whether the work as a whole under contemporary community standards, one, appeals to a prurient or shameful interest in sex, two, depicts sexual materials in a patently offensive way, and then three, lacks serious literary, artistic, political, or scientific value. And it wasn't proven in the appeal that Two Lives Crew, any of their music fell into that category because, again, as we stated earlier, art is subjective.
Yep.
So then it was, yay, victory, Two Live Crew, Uncle Luke, set that part in history. Yeah, we won musically. But I want to ask you, in the case of Two Live Crew and that ruling against, the court, do you think musically, to circle back, do you think that was a victory ultimately or a loss?
Victory or loss, I'm still stand on. It's hate being on do that, but I'm on both sides because it's a victory and it's a loss.
Okay.
Yeah, because victory because Two Live Crew, they ain't hurt nobody. This is just art. Like let my people do their art, and I'm glad because Black Man, went up there and did his thing. Like good job. Like congratulations. It open the door for a lot of us to continue to do what we were doing and actually make a career out of like music, help some communities out, some people, and then like it was a good thing because art it shouldn't be suppressed.
Yeah. No,
But
absolutely.
it should not be suppressed, but at the same time, it does need some kind of
some barriers,
some kind of barrier,
some type of barrier.
some kind of barrier, because like you let people loose, and people going to show you who they are, and some of the stuff you don't want to see, which is understandable. But I understand. Again, art is subjective. You might love it, but it might I might detest it. Like it's like like why you even have this out? And I had no say so in the matter, type thing. So that's what I guess the sticker come in. But at the same time, it was a kind of a bad thing because
So the victory part.
The victory part.
Highlight, what you just mentioned, the victory. So it had elements of a victory.
Yeah, it had elements of victory because we came up. Like a lot of people won, like literally won, not just from the case, but like won from this. Like they won financially, creatively.
Yeah.
Socially, because you were outcast for a while because you make this this type of music, but now they said it's fine as long as you label it as what it is. Now you're not looked down upon as much. You still are because you know how the people are.
Okay.
But it's a victory. It's a full-fledged victory.
All right. I mean, and I can honestly, man, I totally get it. I think it really, there is elements of a victory in there. Now let's get to the
antagonist.
I mean, sometimes alone is the devil's advocate right here, but it's not really not. It's kind of the positive advocate in this sense. Speak on how that case may have been, and it's probably not the only one in history, but how this particular, you know what I mean? But so I don't want to just say this is it, but it was truly a turning point for hip hop and rap music. So or music in general.
Yeah,
that's not only want to put it or just confine it to that. But I would like to speak on just the loss. How do we see this case as a loss now?
No, it's also a loss because I don't know. Sometimes, like I said, art is
Mm-hmm.
subjective.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't do art; they just do some. What can I say?
Like smut.
Yeah, I would say
You can
fuck.
say what?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say fuckery.
Oh, you can do
Like,
that's fine. Go
like
ahead.
some people, they literally just do fuckery. Like they just
Mm.
go out there and just do whatever for likes or because it's trash,
Yeah.
and people are gonna gravitate to it because it's horrible. But
Mm-hmm.
you want it to be horrible
Yeah. Yeah.
because horrible, like some
Horrible sales
horrible
too.
sales
Horrible
too,
sales too.
and
We're
that's
not
the
gonna pretend like it doesn't.
it does like, and it's, like I said, you made room for the bullshit to get in,
Mm.
like but it's always gonna be there.
Mm.
But it made a little bit more wiggling room for them, so they can actually become,
Almost the same, and
yeah,
brought it up to the
yeah,
same level. So bullshit used to be a little bit
yeah.
lower
Look,
on the
like
totem.
we can show,
Yeah.
we can tell you what bullshit
Yeah,
is.
that's a little bit down
Yeah,
there.
but
now
now,
I was like shoulder to shoulder.
yeah,
We're
shoulders
peers.
at
My
at
music-
one point,
yeah.
bullshit ran this shit.
Yeah, yeah. Like my music is
Yeah.
just as good as yours.
It's-
It's,
and
kind of like
it's
for
not.
the true music
Yeah.
lover, we knew like,
Yeah.
but it's kind of strange to say that, as someone who loves now you can figure this out yourself when I describe it, but someone who loves the pure music, and it's kind of weird to when someone comes in and say, well, all music is music is music, and it's kind of not.
It's
though.
not.
It's not though. If you listen to the quality and the message, and even break it down to the inflections of the
Yeah.
words and everything, when something's true. Like you can hear some music and say, you know what, I like believe that, I feel that. That's
Right.
everything as far, but as opposed to just some as you would say, fuckery. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because there's no other way to really put that. But as opposed to that, you have to really again, it's like how we would describe vibe. It's just something that you just have to feel and
Yeah.
understand yourself. You just can't really put in the category.
Yeah.
But I see how on that element of a loss, how it could be when others are really not really respecting.
They're not
the
respect.
craft.
That's what it is. It's the respect. Like they don't respect the art.
Yeah.
Like some people that's in it still don't respect the art. It's hard enough to trying to show the people on the outside that it actually is art, but to have somebody actually doing it and just fucking around, it's like that's real disrespectful. And it's like that's what kind of piss you off about. Like, damn, you shouldn't let these niggas in.
Yeah, you just can't let anybody in. Come on now, y'all just letting anybody in. Now.
But at the same time, they guess they feeding their family type shit.
Look, man, we just stopped on that for a moment. We just can't all say I'm feeding my family. Like, when are you gonna stop?
Yeah,
that's like I feel like, I was out, I was on the block, and I was feeding my family, like, and I'm just kind of paraphrasing this whole idea and the view and the image, but. Everything is not to be justified to feeding your family.
But at the same time, at one point you gotta be grown about it. Like you gotta understand, like, hey, I am just fucking around. Like be honest, like I'm just fucking around. I ain't trying to do this shit for real. Some people actually said that. Like some people say, shit, I ain't no rapper. Shit, I'm just trying to get some money.
Yeah,
which I respect. Thank you.
You was honest,
well, thanks for letting me know that because you I ain't listen to your music anyway. But
but you absolutely. I mean, that's. But you can't respect that when somebody's like straight up like that because it's needed to be said. Go ahead.
Now, if you think that you hardcore doing this shit and you ABCing it,
yeah,
and like, come on, man, man. Like
that's where the disrespect.
That's disrespectful. Like you should be smart enough to know that you trash. Like, come on, man.
And you talking about the ABC type rhymes?
Yeah, type rhymes. Like art is art. But there's levels to this thing. Like you have Basquiat, and then you got your fifth grade nephew.
Yeah,
oh man, you do that nice Superman for me, man. Think we'll put this on the refrigerator, but we cannot sell this in a museum anywhere.
Put that in a special filing cabinet. Where's that trash can? But no, and also, and I like you said, fifth grade nephew just maybe pop up, or that guy who just buys a bucket of paint and a canvas and say, I'm an artist. I can go to Michael's right now or whatever the Hobby Lobby. I can just buy a canvas and I can get some paint and I'm an artist. And again, it's subjective because you're dealing with the view in your mind from this and that. But it all, I think, boils down to your intention.
Right.
Like, what is your intention? Are you trying to add to the art world, add a view, or is it simply you just do it because you can? Because we all have the tools If you know what I mean, you want to make an album today,
I can do it
you can
right
do it.
now.
You know what I
Right
mean?
now.
We have the tools and the
Exactly.
technology. It's just, is it what's your intentions? What are you trying to do? You trying to add the music? Are you in one with it, or you just say that I'm gonna just do it just because?
You in for the fuckery?
Yeah, there you go. That's it. Look, you just adding it on to it. I told you absolutely correct, man. It's a perfect way to put it, because you see it, but you can't quite, and I'll be honest, can't quite describe it. But that's a way to to put that. So losses, I'm gonna refer back to the case in the Two Live Crew versus Navarro 1992. That case where that ruled that Two Live Crew was ultimately falling in the lines of freedom of speech, so they won that case, and they were able to distribute their music. Had several big time hits, and was famous, ran especially the South and in Miami. But we had the offspring of that, and I think that even the messages that are put out, what's weird is because it's, and I'll say this on how we even play our music, because I'll say ours because I play several parts of it, or several songs and albums, and played it forever. Just the music that falls, they may fall into something that's being obscene. I listened to it. The older I got, I had to be mindful.
I know. We had some pretty.
It's an addiction, man. It's when they talk about the influence on music, this is real. So I want to speak about the elder. I don't want to just say they make the music. They make the music. Whoever listens to this music, no, I listen. I don't, and I'll be honest. I had to be mindful and kind of cut back and take away and be more restrictive, and I've done that for a while about what I let come to in my ears and across my eyes,
right?
Because it does, as we spoke about, it does have this influence. It does. You absolutely. Now you can listen to it, as older and more sure of yourself to say, as I'm listening to it, I'm like, I'm not going out doing it. I know that. It's kind of like the jokes and reels on you see online, people at their cubicle, and they like, oh, I'm talking about selling drugs and this and that, but they know, damn well they ain't gonna do that. So it's just, but it does have that does have that element of influence. But I want to, where was I going with this? I want to kind of just discuss more or expound more. What was I saying? I'm gonna loop back to
on the loss.
Yeah, on the loss, and I was on the loss, but it was I just feel like it was more on the approach. So we have to be mindful of what we the intake of music, but the approach, because I feel like, and we discussed this last time in our conversation, it was that Trojan horse approach, and it was more so, Romans, however it was, they received the Trojan horse, like, yay, a gift. But then out came the enemies and slaughtered them in the night.
That's kind of what that case was. It was a Trojan horse, because it was beautiful, sparkly. The wind was great. We won.
Gift.
Like we did this. Like we did this, and we were proud of it because it was big. It was huge.
Yeah.
But again, it's by perspective again. Like when you zoom out and you see how it looked from
when the dust settles.
When the dust
settles, you like, so what did we win again? What is this tangible object that we won? And they say you can get to say anything you want on the record. You can say anything. Like whatever it is.
But that's crazy part, because the people who won that case, they were really trying to do some art type stuff. Like in that era, like for the most part, it was still, it's always fuckery. Yeah. But for the most part, that was the forefront people. They were actually trying to like do art.
Absolutely, wholeheartedly. Yeah.
But the powers that be knew that, you know what, because they think the long game.
So say this one statement: reverse psychology. Yeah, you think okay? Yeah. I just wanted to say they're like, oh, because it was almost like a setup, in a sense, at least on saying that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got me on this one. Yeah, all right, lost, all right. Yeah. Hands up, white flag. Go ahead.
You won.
Yeah, go ahead. Rap music, hip hop, music in general. You get a chance to do whatever. No creative boundaries.
But from that point, it's like, V from Vendetta, the movie.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Oh, okay. We gave you this, but guess what? We got some attached to this. We put a bug on this case. Meaning we're gonna pretty much take over this thing. We already run everything. So we're gonna go ahead and take over this thing, and we're gonna plant you know, like I said, they got long sight. You know, we
Yeah.
short sighted. That was great.
Yeah.
In the long games, like, oh yeah, they
Yeah.
got us because they knew that what they were gonna do.
Yeah.
So, oh, well, I know what I can do with this music now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna bring our fuckery game.
Yeah, but they will know. And by the time we do catch on stuff, it's probably like 10,
it's too late.
15.
It's too
Yeah, a
late.
generation or two too late.
Like I tell people, like everyone do like mantras in their what's called those words of affirmation in the mornings. You know, getting yourself together. I am great. I'm gonna be great. You know all those great things that you say, and you say them over and over again because what you're trying to manifest. You're trying to convince your body, your universe to do these things. But you sing some of these songs, it's the same thing.
Yep.
And some of them are on repeat. So you saying the same thing over and
same.
over again. You might be saying some crazy shit. Which again, going back, being adult, I always go look at movies, listen to music, with my adult eyes and adult ears and brain. And it's like, wow, we were really looking at this as a kid. Like I shouldn't have been looking at this as a kid. I shouldn't have been listening to this as a kid.
Yeah,
but like I said, with that whole mantra and thing, like you're literally saying the mantra, especially some of these crazy things. So that's like I said, that's part of the say it's not really a loss, but it's just the negative of that come about of that.
Yeah, the negative. I'd say, all right, that's a good way to put it.
That came about of that case. Yeah,
because I mean, any situation, any vote, any hearing, any whatever it is, there's still some like negative parts to that. So
it gotta be yin yang.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. So that question was kind of just so simply. I just wanted to kind of broad because you think about it and you're like, I won't want this message. It's always you refer to the kids and the next generation. You're like, I won't want this message delivered to any kids, any younger kids. So why am I accepting it as an adult? And I know certain things you do. They say things like stay in a child's place and things like, but you're just like, well, why are we doing it in the first place? And you kind of get to a certain mind frame, or me at least, I got to saying, well, why do we have these options in the first place?
Yeah.
But I see where if we had restrictions on it too much, now you're,
now you're restraining.
Yeah, now you're restraining. Now I can't think outside the box, even though as a progressive person or a thinker, and you're trying to think about getting things better. And a lot of people may say, well, no, we all agreed to that they were already better now. So we can't get them anymore. So now you don't want to put the restrictions on it. And then speaking of the word subjective, everyone's good and part of good.
What is good?
It's just different. Yeah. You know what I mean? Oh, that's good. Or this is for the good of music or the good of the world. And we all know, we can say the good of the world. We can go do humanitarian efforts. And then the good of the world sometimes looks like war.
Right.
You know what I mean? With this, we got stations, in every country, United States. This is for the good of the world. And again, okay. Then again, okay. You're looking on your shoulders. And
good is giving and taking.
Yeah, good. Yeah. So that's the way in the end, I understood that, what, there's no final answer to this for me, but I love to hear the conversation with it because, because it just kind of gives you a different view of things. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
But that's perspective, man. Perspective. Yeah. It's all about perspective.
Yeah, man. So I just, it was just something, man. I wanted, I want us to do better as people. But I say, evolution, it travels it goes so slow that you never quite understand the seed you may plant today and how, if it's a step in the right direction, how it might look in 20 years because it goes so slow. So you going an hour by hour, day by day, but you considering 20 years worth of, so it never quite looks like it's improving. But I don't know. I just say, the mantra, whatever it is, or the saying, treat others how you want to be treated, which again can be broad because some people don't have value for yourself.
Exactly.
You might not mind if someone treats you a certain way. So, but that goal, that's in a, I won't say a different direction, but a different point. But yeah, I mean, this is my brief music talk because, again, we chat music all day, but we're going to roll into some more music and we'll take a brief break. But I did want to delve into that. So I think that was this conversation about this was was excellent. So I want to get into our next topic in just a moment. Try to get into some more of the personal side and delve into the psyche, if you will. All right. So this next part right here, first of all, excellent first half. This next part right here, I just wanted to kind of delve into the psyche, the personality, and it's kind of a pick one. I know you doing some research. I know you're a movie buff and listed quite a few of your favorite movies. Will Smith or Denzel?
Will Smith or Denzel?
We got to consider as you ponder and think. Because I feel like this is a question, because I absolutely love the movies. And then, Denzel kind of the realest out there. And when Will Smith is, and there have been some flops he had, Wild West and all these bagger bands. I don't know.
Man, Wild West wasn't that bad, man. It wasn't that bad.
It was bad.
But
no.
It wasn't that
That's
bad.
the thing I be saying, Chato.
That movie.
That's the thing I
when
be
it come
saying.
on, I watch it.
Okay, you like one of now I can be a little more open. I'll be honest. I'm like, people say, oh, they fly. I'm like, I watched the whole thing through. It had action, had visuals.
I watched it about a week ago.
Okay.
To be real with you,
all right. I'm just saying it actually
the video and the song, that was a little. That's what kind of made people think about it. I think that's what messed people up. Was the? I wish they would have just kept that. If they would have kept that, because the movie wasn't bad at all. It's actually a pretty good movie.
Very creative, wasn't it? Yeah, visual and all. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Yeah, people say what they say, but I'm
glad
you.
That didn't flop to me.
Okay, I'm glad you pointed that out. And it probably is one of those.
It wasn't Independence Day or his some of his bigger
top tier work.
Yeah. It was good. It was actually better than. Well, it's like you ever seen Made in America?
By who?
It was Will Smith. Smith. Whoopi Goldberg. What's her name? What's her name?
Neil Long.
Neil Long.
Neil Long. Okay.
Yeah.
This one the early one.
Tim. Whatever his name, the white dude. Yeah. But
okay.
Yeah, it was early. It was early 90s.
Okay.
That's like Fresh Prince, because he had his Fresh Prince look.
Oh, gotcha.
In the movie. So
now I gotta go. It probably did, but we want so many movies, but now I got to go purposely watch that. But yeah, I want to be what you call it? Yeah. I actually watched, sat down and watched it a few times, but the last time I did watch it was probably a couple years ago, maybe. But when I did watch Wild Wild West, Will Smith,
that's a good movie.
I'm like, it has the action, has the visual, even the
slight comedy,
cinematography.
The cinematography was good.
Yeah, like it was on. I'm like, what is really the deal? I don't know. I'm not saying it's the classic, but I'm just saying, but I'm just saying, nah, it shouldn't have.
It shouldn't be
flop. Maybe box office flop.
Yeah,
but this wasn't. Yeah, I didn't think it was.
Scarface flopped at the box office. So.
Well, yeah, I know what that tell you. Now, everybody got tattoos.
When you have money.
Yeah, when you have money.
When you have money, go to the movies.
Yeah,
when it came out on VHS or HBO.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, we should have went to the movies to see this.
I know, it's iconic. I gotta buy this VHS and DVD. I gotta keep this forever. Get a tattoo of it.
Bad marketing. It didn't flop. Just bad marketing.
Just how they say ahead of his time. Just ahead of his time.
Oh, back to your question, Denzel and
Will Smith. I just want to give you some time to think about it.
That's hard.
Who you telling, man? Of course.
Because Will Smith, you just talked about, got some good movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Denzel got some good movies.
So we
even
can
old stuff like Ricochet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. With Lithgow.
Yeah.
I remember. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. It was. Yeah. I. That was always gonna be a tough one, a tough decision for me. And it's not to eliminate one. It's kind of, when it comes down to it, it's kind of like preference. Mm-hmm. But certain things you say, oh, I prefer. It's like my argument, my question I always ask. I say, Michael Jordan or LeBron James? Mm-hmm. Preference is, for me, is Jordan. So it's simple.
Yeah.
A lot of times, even though you can justify it, make you think, and you can, make a legit argument, but at the end, you're like, preference.
It's still my preference.
But here, in this question, no, I just can't quite get there. I can't quite get to the,
that's hard. That's hard.
Yeah, man.
Nah.
So we got, as you think about that, I want to kind of give you some background of some some movies, Will Smith. All right. So the Bad Boys franchise. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which 4 was
come on
awesome.
Now. Yeah, come on now. I still have it. Yeah. So the hell up. King Richard. All right, we got the cartoon animated series. We got know if you ever saw Gemini Man. It was all right.
Yeah, I saw Gemini
Yeah,
Man.
it was all right. Bright for the Netflix
I actually
one.
like Bright.
Yeah, I did
I
too.
wish they would have had a part two or
Yeah,
something.
I really did.
What's
I
going
thought it
on
was
with that?
very entertaining. Had Aladdin, of course. Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
The concussion movie.
Oh man, Focus.
Focus.
I like that
Yeah.
movie. That's one of my favorite
Yeah.
movies.
You know what? What do you think about now that I have you here? After Earth. Did you watch that?
Yeah, him
Okay.
and Jaden.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What did you think about that?
it was like I said about like Wild Wild West.
Wild West, yeah.
It's a good movie. It probably just didn't do good.
But it's like when you expect so much from a person.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those, and then people were saying, "Oh, I
No,
expect
they
him to say-"
wanted. They saw it and saw the concept. Like, man, he's gonna be doing this and that and this. See, it's like you come with your own, I guess, preconceived thought of how something's gonna be, and if it don't match up to what you thought
Yeah.
it was, oh man, shit was trash.
Yeah.
No, you just didn't understand it. Like,
Yeah.
like even me, like I said, my old mind, my young mind, like some of them movies, I was like, man, I ain't gonna watch that mess.
Yeah.
And then I get old, like, this is a good movie. Why
It
did
was
I?
a good, yeah. And I think it fell. I purposely watched this movie Chato, and because I hear, you hear a bunch, and sometimes you just don't find time to, you realize years later, I'm like, I never watched this. Actually, a good story,
Actually
and it was handing over the reins to Jaden, and people were. I read some parts, and we kind of delving off the beaten path of asking this question, Denzel or Will Smith, but specifically After Earth, I guess they were expecting for Jaden to be a little acting. Or Will Smith to be acting more in there, and it was he handed over the reins and sat back and more, and I thought it was I don't know. I thought the story was awesome. I thought, and it's that, that struggle. And
You just gave, man, it was good.
okay.
Stop playing.
All right. So I'm going to go a little more faster pace. Hancock, 7 pounds. Of course, Man in Black.
Yeah.
I Am Legend.
Yeah.
Come on now. Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah.
Hitch, got the comedies.
Yeah.
I, Robot. He did his Shark Tale. Ali.
Yeah.
Some Wild Wild West is on there. Enemy of the State.
Oh man. Okay.
Independence Day, of course. And I do see You're Made in America. And then 6 Degrees of Separation, and quite a few more. But those are some of the heavy hitters.
And then you got the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, but
And yeah. Then you got the Fresh Prince.
that's
That's kind of like
that's a whole different beat.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it kind of takes you to take it to a different level, the way you want to think about that. And let's see. Then I wanted to kind of get into some Denzel movies. All right. So of course, and I absolutely, the Equalizer franchise. I think that's kind of like solid to me. So we got, but, and I do want to say this, and this is kind of the separation. You know how Will Smith has a separation of the sitcom, that sitcom separation. Like, hey, I do sitcoms, this and that. Of course, Denzel's a well-trained actor, so he can do things a little more in depth, stages, plays, all this stuff. We got the Tragedy of Macbeth, that what is it, the Roman Esquire one, Fences, with the Viola Davis.
Fences is the only one I didn't see. I didn't see
Okay,
Fences.
I did see that. That was a little more like it was just intimate in emotion. There wasn't a lot of movement, but it was really, and I think that was based off a play too. It was, to me, it was fantastic. I loved it because it was just true. You just had to just sit there. You had to watch and feel the story more. Let's say Flight. That was the one we played. Safe House.
House,
Two
good.
Guns.
Good one.
Book of Eli.
Good one.
Who else? Pelham 1 2 3.
Yeah,
The
that's
Great
it.
Debaters. See how he American Gangster. Deja Vu. Inside Man. Manchurian Candidate. Man on Fire.
Manchurian Candidate. Oh,
Man on Fire. Come
Man
on.
on Fire.
Crazy
Man.
Bear.
Like,
Bear.
now you can that's the meat of
Exchange
Denzel.
my life for your life. Oh man, that was it. Yeah. She's like, what does she call a bear? What does she call a bear? She calls a bear Crazy Bear. You like, yeah, that's when he knew, like, I gotta go rescue her. Out of Time, which I thought was Antoine Fisher. John Q.
Q.
No, Training Day. Remember the Titans, the Hurricane, the Bone Collector. That was the one where he was disabled in the bed. That was and then sent what's her name? Angelina
Angelina
Jolie
Jolie.
out. Yeah. The Siege. Remember that one?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, man. It's kind of separating itself as we listed.
Yeah.
He got game.
Oh, I forgot. It's like it keep going because the further you go, Preacher's Wife, like you're gonna keep going back.
Courage Under Fire.
Yeah.
Crimson Tide.
What's the name when he was on the island? Him and Robert Townsend.
Oh man, hold on. Let me see if I
Mighty
can.
Quinn.
Mighty Quinn.
Yeah.
Virtuosity. Let's see. Much Ado About Nothing. It's in there. Philadelphia. Tom Hanks.
Yeah. Ace Case.
The Pelican Brief.
Yeah.
And I'm X.
Now, okay, so
I know, right?
so no,
Let's be
just
honest,
judging by that resume.
Woo. Woo. Yeah.
Judging by the resume, yes.
Woo. Yeah, my boy.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. It's something more than Ricochet's on there. Mo Better Blues.
Yeah, like you keep, it keeps going back. Like, oh, Glory.
Glory.
Look,
you already knew. Yeah, you already knew. That tear came down, man.
Glory.
Please, Glory. Oh my goodness. Then I see the Mighty Quinn on there. But yeah, I mean, this dude, this is he got.
Yeah, he.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say.
At first, I was like, man, cause we got Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and it kind of weighs a lot. But just going through that resume, once it got like, I ain't gonna lie. Now Equalizer's great. You know, everything he did from the 2000s and was great. But when you get in them 90s,
yeah,
man, he
kind
got
of ran it.
He got them hitters. Like,
he kind of ran this.
Them real hitters.
Yeah,
like,
Oscar-worthy hitters.
Like,
you know,
boom, 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 like back to back to back to back.
Telling you, dog.
Hard.
Yeah, telling you, dog.
Yeah,
this is,
you can't.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
So what do we say? So we're gonna go with
I'm
Denzel.
going with Denzel.
Yeah, we're gonna go with Denzel.
Yeah. Will's great, but that's the thing. You can't.
No,
really.
if it was a either or, and it's just
But
a slight.
but
it's not to dismiss.
If you put that paper, the resume down at.
What number? Yeah. You have to.
You got to get.
Yeah, and I think that's where we can't say necessarily out because I was gonna say numbers, and I was like, well, which numbers? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the resume is the perfect way to put it. If you put that resume down, it's kind of like. And Will Smith is incredibly versatile.
He's very
incredibly versatile.
Yeah.
But it's let you know how much. And again, to refer back to, I guess the argument that I have. And I always, it's not really arguments that I like to hear people's point. But the LeBron, Jordan, I like to hear people's point because it's not that LeBron was terrible. It just shows you how great Jordan was. Like he was. They say, oh, LeBron's. I know how great LeBron is.
He is great.
But when you look at the resume and numbers, it shows you how great
Not even
Jordan was.
Like people in perspective. Like people forget that. Like think of the perspective of LeBron had time to study.
Yeah.
Jordan and Kobe.
Yeah. That's it.
And I can
Talk
keep
to him,
naming.
man.
I can keep naming names.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. Jordan still could have studied. He had some people to study
he did.
too.
He credited it. Elgin Baylor was a big one. David Thompson, I believe, was one of his influences.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but he broke the mold. That's
He did.
He broke the mold. Like he is the mold. Like this is what you people mold their game off of. Yeah, I'm gonna pick from him, and I'm gonna pick from him too. Yeah. But your foundation, your foundation is Jordan.
Everybody want to be Jordan.
Like, if you play basketball after Jordan, your foundation is fucking Jordan.
Yeah, it's Jordan. It's Jordan.
Unless you was a big man, like a real big man.
But you have, big men now. They rather be
some
guards.
of them exactly.
Yeah, they'd rather be guards and be a Jordan.
That's why you got the damn 7-foot 3-point shooters and shit.
Yeah, that's
what
it.
The fuck?
What you going? I'm finna go out there because analytics say if I shoot enough of these, I was like, all right. But analytics better equate to wins. But so Will Smith or Denzel, we say. Just looking at the resume.
Just looking at the resume.
We say Denzel.
But they're both great, man.
In a good chance. Yeah.
I effing amazing.
Yeah. You ain't right. But I didn't know that question was going to get that detailed. But you're right, man. Look, that's something to, and you got to research yourself. Do it yourself. All right. So, next question. All right. So if you could, and this kind of goes back into the music element, if you could listen to one album for the rest of your life, which album would it be? It has to be one. You already know, as you kind of think on this one, we lovers of music, and of course, That's kind of why you talking about vibrations earlier. Like, and I didn't even know this, knowing you. I'm like, all right, this cat cool, this dude cool, blah, blah, blah. You like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like when they look, they had like, you smoke.
Right.
Like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so knowing that, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Outkast, but if you listen to one album for the rest of your life, I just know that you are a music lover. One album.
I would say, as a music lover, I would say, damn, I'm gonna need one album per genre, but but one album period, and I can't.
You gotta talk them out right now if you
from
want
off the
to.
top of my dome. To tell you straight up, top of the dome, it's gonna be an Outkast album.
Yeah.
Like which one? Don't. That's when you got to narrow it down.
Well, look, this goes into the next question. This is actually on here. Favorite Outkast album. So I can guess.
That's when you got to narrow it down. Like favorite. I can't really say favorite, but I'd say like a go-to. If that makes more sense. Even though it's not a favorite. But it's a go-to. When want to listen to Outkast, boom, AT Aliens.
AT Aliens. Look at you, dog.
Go to it.
Look at you. You better believe AT Aliens. Well, you better. And it's just.
I ain't even think about this thing right behind you. But that's a go-to. Like, man, literally. That, I just name them because they'll just. Yeah. It's just when I feel it, like, you know what? I'm feeling a little Stankonia this week.
Stankonia.
All week, nothing but Stankonia from night to day. When I'm in the car or I'm listening to music, it's Stankonia for a whole week.
Yeah,
or man, I just go through my Outkast times.
No, I mean it is what it is.
Like if you look at my phone, you know how you can used to save like actual albums, that you had. The only albums on there is like Big Crit. With that Big Crit, Nat King Cole, and all the Outkast albums.
All the Outkast. That was one. No, I got several. I got every single one in here, every single one. But I needed. But yeah, I had it on my older phones too. I had it on my phone still. I probably got one of them here. But yeah, when the whole downloading age and everything, I needed it.
Yep.
Just to take with me.
Like no Wi-Fi, no nothing. It's on this phone.
Yeah,
like it's period on this phone. I don't need no service to play my Outkast album because I need them.
That's how much of a big deal. Yeah.
I
need to go to. And I go to, I need to go to it immediately.
Right now.
Yeah,
I don't want no streaming.
If anything ever happened. If I
got it.
My streaming cut off or streaming went down ever, I still got it. It's on my phone. I can play it. Yeah. So yeah. All right. But yeah, I mean if we're gonna add, it's gotta be for me. Like I said, AT Aliens or Aquemini.
Yeah, and I can say that's AT Aliens. If I can show you my graphics for my phone or my list, I wish I could. I don't know how to pull it up fast, but the graphics on your phone that tell you how much you've been listening to. Like, dude, I promise you, it'll be like
at the top.
A whole year of
listen to this album 793 times.
Oh, that's why. You remember the Spotify had the what's that thing? The My DJ on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
So he's confused. He don't know what to do because I listen to.
They really can't recommend anything because you listen to spin hold. You only listen to like
they can't recommend nothing. It's either straight, jazz and classical or Outkast. Or but just most of that Atlanta like Outkast, Jeezy, Future, like
DJ was like, should I recommend anything? No, thank you. No, thank you for asking, but no, thank you.
He be trying to recommend stuff, and I just skip. Like, okay, that's why I stopped listening to it. Like,
thumbs down.
No, thank you.
Thumbs
down. Exactly.
Exactly. But so yeah, all right. So yeah, if I get any album, so AT Aliens. Mm-hmm. All right, but no, I mean, you gotta. It is what it is. Personality wise, you're introvert, extrovert.
I'm a introvert until you get to know me. Because if you see me, you think I'm probably a serial killer or something. Because I ain't gonna talk to you. I'm just gonna look around. I take in information.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Observant.
Yeah, I'm very observant. I take in everything.
I think that's my nature.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Now, if I get around and I know you, most people don't even think I can talk.
Yeah.
Just to be honest.
Say anything?
Like, do they even say anything? Like, not to you. Like,
I gotta trust you.
Nah, yeah, exactly.
I gotta trust you.
These words are special. I don't
know you like that.
Give them to everybody.
Yeah. And it really is my thing. I don't think that ever goes away. Yeah. Like they talking about vibration.
If I don't feel that, that reciprocated
genuine, yeah,
vibe, like you'll
genuine.
feel it. Like,
Yeah.
no, I can't talk. No,
Yeah.
you don't need none of this.
I'm pretty, I'm saying it as myself. I'm a pleasant person.
Yeah, I'm gonna speak though.
Yeah, I'm gonna speak and all that stuff, but it's kind of like
Nah.
I don't just just be open up your personality to anybody. It's kind of, again, you got to deserve it. So I respect it. Yeah. I say introvert for me. I can get real extroverted when it's depending on the people I'm familiar with. Because I don't mind, but I gotta kind of see you and know you a few times.
Which is wild because I'm you don't understand. Introvert. Like I'm talking about, I can be in a room by myself for a whole year and come back out like, hey, how y'all doing? Everybody good?
Yeah.
And everybody looking at me like, where you been? Oh shit. But that's what kind of introvert I am. And just imagine, because getting my master's, I spend a lot of time by myself. I practice a lot and study a lot of research, because Alabama's a research school. So I did a lot of research and practicing by myself. And then my first job from graduating with my master's was with one of the biggest bands in the fucking country at FAMU, and I had to learn how to talk in front of people, on the spot.
Isn't that different?
That's different.
Talk in front.
What?
Yeah, that
not
public
just
speaking
people,
is
but people that I don't know and expect something from me. Like I talk, I do individuals. I used to go work with bands and blah blah blah, but it was just a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Like my first day, it's like. But like I said, I'm king of audibles. I just get the shit done. Like you think I've been doing this forever, because I'm gonna act like I've been doing this forever. Like, introvert. Oh man, 1,000%. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, when I find it almost comes like formulas of what you like. When you find your formula of the things how you can live and how you can be. Yeah, that's why I was like, I respect people who are extroverts, because they found, if you feel like you found your formula, you found what. And sometimes I just got to be in the mood. But as I got older, I realized it's back to, again, when I was a child, I used to play. I can just play with toys in my imagination, everything. I'm good. Like, you want to play? Okay, I play outside and all that stuff. And I found my joy within. But when I was just like, I kind of had enough of this. Yeah. But as I got older, I'm like, I don't really need. I just need something to spark kind of my interest in the things I like. So it could be either or. But the what's that term? Social battery. I do have, when that runs, I do have that. It's kind of like I'm gonna go home immediately. Yeah. I'm gonna leave. Yeah. Y'all came here. I've been like 5-10 minutes. All right, I'm kind of done. Somebody invite me to a party. What? All right, I'm done. Yeah. I'm said hey to everybody I need to. I have no desire.
And they always be calling like, where you went? Yeah. Oh, I'm at the house.
I say, you left? You left? Oh no. I went in the car. I just went by to say hey. But you was dressed up and everything. Yeah, I just came by to say hey. That was it. And that's honestly, that was it. Yeah. I had no intention past that. All right. Well, thank you for coming. But yeah. And all right. So now thank you for kind of answering that. That was some good ones. So this ain't the last time I want to invite you over, for an episode or whatever. So got many more questions, but I'll kind of save that to for another time. But I did want to, again, for the last thing, delve into because you're an interesting person just by nature. When it's a question, when it's all said and done, what do you, Chato McCormick, want your legacy to be?
Never really thought about that, because I literally, I'm Mr. Audible. I live in the present. Okay. Like that's why people think I don't care. I do care, but I'm literally living now, because I can't live back there and I can't live up there. I can kind of plan for up there, but I live right now. So it's hard because I never really thought about it. But musician, intellect, someone who just want to give. I just want to, I got, I have energy, knowledge. I want to give my energy. I want to give my knowledge to people who need it / deserve it, because I am particular about, I can't just give all this, to anybody. So I don't know. I would just say my legacy, I don't know. He wanted to help everyone. I just want to give. I want the best for everyone, and if I can help you out, please hit me up, and I got you. I love music. If you need help with music, I'm the musician. I'm the musician. If you want some help, I research. I don't just research. I research.
Passionate research.
Passionate research. And that's funny that I went to I didn't even know Alabama was a research school until I got there. I'm like, oh, but I liked it because that's all I did. Like growing up, like I told you, fifth grade, sixth grade, read the whole encyclopedia twice. Like just
man.
just I was by myself. It was just me and my grandma. So and back in the day
Encyclopedias are a
there was
big
no
deal.
TV.
Yeah, encyclopedias are a big deal.
Yeah.
Or were a big deal, right?
Yeah.
That was like your source. That
Yeah,
was your
that
Google.
was Google.
Paper
That
Google.
was Google.
Yeah.
And I read them from A to I called them the ZE because after Z you got ZE and then from A to ZE, and then sixth grade I did it again, and then from then on I just I don't know, I just got a energy for like knowing shit. I don't know why. I don't know. I used to like game shows.
Sparked your desire.
Sparked my desire, and ever since then, I don't know. That's why I say musician, intellect, someone who's just trying to be there because I'm Mr. Always Ready. Because usually, if you ask me a question about certain things, I usually kind of got the answer because I know a little bit about a lot.
Okay.
And I know a lot about a lot. But I like to, I like to be prepared.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Prepared.
Look, you got to be, especially in the things that you are passionate about, have desire. No, you got to be. Yeah.
I know I didn't quite answer the question the way it.
No, I think you did. No, you talked about, No. I think you described it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. If from based on that question and answer, I would completely understand.
Yeah.
So no, that's and you made it broad and expounded upon because that's the levels to you.
Yeah.
So I mean, you just can't say, oh, I was cool. You know what I mean? They gotta understand. So now the way you kind of map that out, again, kind of gets into the your personality, who you are. Well, I'm gonna say this. Appreciate you for stopping by today. Again, of course, I hope and I plan this to be the beginning of many kind of episodes and conversations that you come over and have, because this is absolute pleasure, man, honestly. And I knew, from having a conversation with you probably earlier this year, that this was going to be like, I got to get him on there, like easily. So I appreciate your time. I say time is the most valuable thing we got.
Yes,
so
sir.
It's a big deal to me when people kind of carve out their time to even have a conversation, phone, wherever it is, meet up, because I know how valuable it is.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? And the older you get, the more valuable that time is. So I really appreciate you coming over. So I want to say this. Do you have, I know musical background, all these things. You have any social media that you kind of?
Not that's public like that. No,
okay.
Not far as social media.
In particular to, what our subjects today. It may not be your personal.
No, I do have a music Instagram. I do, but I don't really post on that as much as I should.
Okay.
So, but I won't even give it.
Okay, you good. Yeah. So you're looking for him, you better look.
If you see this face, then
you better look. I guess you do. Now they got the Google search. So you can freeze your screen and right there. Go ahead and freeze your screen, people, and do your search.
Right.
No. But again, Chato, thank you for your time, man. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for your time today, Legends. All right, I do want to say, if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe to Legend Talks Podcast on Spotify and YouTube. Also, be sure to follow on social media platforms, Legend Talks Podcast. Until next time, take care.